We should be live. Let's make sure that's actually the case over on Rumble, of course. We've got a lot of news to talk about today. First and foremost, though, I wanted to make an announcement. I'm flying out to New Orleans. I'm taking a vacation. Don't worry, I'll get you plenty of footage of New Orleans, especially if I get to go to one of those voodoo arrangements or something like that. That's going to be funny. I see that Last Beacon is already over there doing the Pingus thing. Also, check out on Kitco, I'm going to be making major bank and some silver. I have 24 ounces of silver. I think I have about 50 ounces, actually. Yeah, silver is great. So we'll be talking about, let's see, just a sec. Let me make sure that all of my tabs are up. I'm going to New Orleans. The Pentagon sending additional troops to the Middle East as tensions escalate. This will go over well. It worked so well the last time, by the way. P. Diddy, his 2002 joke on Conan, I believe it was. Yeah, it was on Conan O'Brien's show. He apparently alluded to locking women in his parties. Like, you know, he would like lock the door and turn the AC off to get him sweaty and like weird shit like that. And it's like, nobody could have seen this coming with regards to the trafficking charges. Matt Gaetz claims that there are 5 known assassination teams targeting Trump. This is fairly meaningful. Kamala is still losing, and the American Spectator is really bitching about that. A diligent inquiry into the predictive value of polling tells us the media probably can't fool enough Americans to push Kamala over the top. Yeah, they sound so afraid of this. The Spectator does it fairly well. I'm just joking when I'm berating them. Apparently, and this one is a weird one, apparently octopuses literally train fish to fight alongside them, to like hunt with them. And then they punish them if they don't cooperate. This is going to be a fun one. I love science news. And then gibbons, apparently the female gibbons, they dance around in order to get attention, like to get a mate or something like that. So we've got some science news. That's going to be fucking fun. Francisan, enjoying that Jeff Lebowski impression. Do more, please. Honestly, I'm not exactly sure what that refers to. The Big Lebowski, I've heard the movie. I don't know anything further about it, actually. I've never seen it. But yes, first in news today, I am going to New Orleans. And don't worry, it's going to be a work vacation. So I still will be like taking footage and stuff like that. Probably go swimming a little bit. There's an insectarium, there's an aquarium, etc. So I'm thinking about having like a clanker meetup. Like, I'll take everyone out to dinner. I'll pay for it, obviously. That's not a problem. And it'll be fun as fuck. We're going to get everyone wasted. Yeah, baby. Yeah, bitch. So that's the first news of the day. I'm going to New Orleans, literally tomorrow. I couldn't be more excited. Apparently, you can get turtle soup. I'm going to eat gumbo. I'm going to eat jambalaya. I'm going to eat everything Cajun and Haitian. I'm going to eat everything under the sun. I'm going to stuff myself. Probably when I get back, I'll be like 20 pounds heavier, actually. It's going to be some fun shit. Show us on the baby oil bottle where Diddy raped you. Yeah, he seems to have been into them fairly young. Also into adult women, possibly men. We're not 100% sure, actually. When you look at the filings, you know. But he's going to have some fucking problems, I think. At least, apparently, I saw a news story earlier, and I don't know whether this is true, but it claimed that P. Diddy and Sam Bankman-Fried were in the same cell. I'm assuming that that's a joke, but if it's true, it's funny as goddamn fuck. I can't imagine that that would be true, though, because Sam Bankman-Fried, that's more like money laundering, fraud, and stuff like that, white-collar crimes. With P. Diddy, it's more like, it's not white-collar crimes. It's more like you raped a bunch of people. So I can't imagine that it's actually true, but there is the possibility. I don't know. I think P. Diddy would end up shanking Sam Bankman-Fried. He's more of a nerd. Apparently it's real, says Debbie Gone. It's actually real? Why am I not surprised? Now, there'll be some money laundering going on in that cell block. Lord of the Sticks. Kamala Harris is violating FEC regulations by using tax money to fly Zelensky around to campaign for. Look up Kamala Harris. I'll say it out loud. Kamala Harris Rule 34 for more info. Clank. I'm not looking that up. I suggest that others not look that up, by the way. Dost thou art, the Diddy parties are nothing compared to the Epstein ones, with the entire island dedicated to sexual immorality. They'll never release the real list and evidence. Well, hell, those same people probably went to P. Diddy's parties. You know, P. Diddy, he loves some titty. Tristan Williams, happy to have you visit us in Louisiana. If you have time, come check out the 13th Gate Haunted House in Baton Rouge. That sounds fun. I definitely want to go to the Haitian area and see if I can find a Hand of Glory or something like that. Domaine du Glory. Technically, it is New Orleans. Pentagon sending additional troops to Middle East as tensions escalate. Oh, yeah. The U.S. is sending a small number of ground troops to the Middle East as a larger war between Israel and Hezbollah threatens to break out, the Pentagon announced Monday. Defense Department Press Secretary Major General Pat Ryder told reporters the new detachment was being sent in light of the increased tension in the Middle East and out of an abundance of caution. We're sending a small amount. This reminds me of Iraq. This is why I got emotional the other day. My apologies for that, by the way. But again, younger people won't necessarily understand that. This is called mission creep. We are sending a small number of additional U.S. military personnel to augment our forces that are already in the region, Ryder said, declining to offer specifics about the new contingent. Why am I not surprised? Though he referred to them as ground troops. So we're sending more infantry to the Levant region. This is exactly how it started with Iraq, basically. After the surge, of course. It's basically, well, we're only adding a marginal number of troops. It's nothing serious. Yeah, it's only 5,000 men or something like that. And they've done this over and goddamn over. It's happened over, and it never works. We never win. We always have to withdraw. Not a fan of war. Yeah, some people the other day, they thought I was inebriated. It's more like, no, I'm pissed off because I've had several people that I was in contact with, actually, that just disappeared during that period of time. And you know that the war took them. They were shot. They were killed. And most people thankfully don't have that experience. Unfortunately, I did. And that was way back before I was well known. Dost thou art. The U.S. military loses 4 times as many people to suicide as combat. Our leadership has even more corrupt and malicious than Congress. The real enemy is the domestic one. No one ever join. Hashtag a disabled vet. I agree with you completely. No, it made me sad the other day. It made me sad because, you know, some people in my life have literally been killed by this bullshit. And not interested. Just a second here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to get to P. Diddy's joke here. Then we'll go to our sponsors really quickly. When Sean Diddy Combs faces sex trafficking and racketeering charges, an old video interview of the rapper has resurfaced with him joking about locking women in at parties. In a 2002 interview, the music mogul appeared on Late Night with Conan O'Brien and explained the ingredients for a killer party. To his credit, Conan expressed displeasure with the general tone of this conversation, so I guess Conan O'Brien's not into raping people. Women, beautiful women, of course, Combs shared with O'Brien. Beautiful men for the ladies, of course. There's enough ladies to go around. You have to give the ladies what they need, too. You have to take care of your women. You can't force the situation. Sounds like he did. He continued to say that alcohols is a requirement at the party, in addition to water. A lot of ladies drink water at parties. So if you don't have what they need, they're going to leave. Got to keep them there. You need locks on the doors. It's a little kinky. Nobody, by the way, at the time decided that, maybe Sean Combs had some issues and that he needed to work on. Combs, 54, also suggested keeping the air conditioning off to make the room hotter for the party guests to get comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat, Combs remarked. Conan responded, that sounds disgusting. There's one for him, I suppose. Combs, and imagine if he was talking to Howard Stern. I bet he wouldn't have had any pushback. Combs' interview resurfaced after he was accused of being the leader of a criminal enterprise in a bombshell indictment unsealed hours after the rapper was arrested in the lobby of the Park Hyatt New York City hotel. I guess he had $50 million of bail, but I don't know if he posted bail or anything like that. Why does this not surprise me in any way, shape, or form? Yeah, he gives an interview in 2002 and he's saying shit like that, and nobody looked into it. Nobody thought that that was odd at all. Yeah, I love that sweat. I love to lock women in my apartment. Yeah. Ramon C. GTC, do you think the occult is the power of knowledge? Yes, I do. Dustin does stuff. Sticks, go to my buddy's bar, MRB, 515 Street, Phillip. We'll have to take that down. Yeah, can you do that, please? 515 Street, Phillip. MRB. Sounds good. I've only been to a bar twice in my life. One time was the sports bar here in Rutland. I don't even know if it's still actually there. I went there with one of my exes, and her dad was there. So he was completely wasted out of his gourd, by the way. And he had an old sports car that didn't even have seat belts. And he took us roaring down the road. And I was like, this is not a good idea, but it's still fun. And then the second time, just the cocktail lounge outside of the Delta terminal, which goes to Amsterdam, actually. And they've got some great martinis, by the way. Brock Sampson, bro, you look like that villain from Men in Black 3. I assure you that I'm not a villain. I'm trying to liberate people. It's difficult sometimes. People can be so judgmental sometimes. They think if there's any flaw with your character at all, then they can ignore everything that you fucking say. Just saying. Let's get to our sponsors before we get to the rest of the news, because we got to talk about octopuses and stuff like that. That one is fascinating to me. We have cultivated-mind.com, where you can get mushroom pills, if I can find them. Brain 2, Radiant Energy. I take one every single morning. It's just a little innocuous mushroom pill, just like that. And, it does give me a boost of energy. There's a reason why I'm so energetic on my live streams. Pumpkinfirecrafts.us, where you can get keychains, belt chains, engraved spoons, glassware, and much, much more. Also, bookmarks, which are probably the most important to a person like me, because I've got thousands of books. We've got BillTongUSA.com or AntonsUSA.com. You can use either link, where you can get delicious meat. Anton will feed you his meat. And also Stick, Sex, and Hammer tumblers, mugs, and shirts, actually. I would recommend the Carbonasi. If you're going like camping or something, you want that or the Angus stick. So you probably don't want the shredded kind. You want to get the stick version, actually. It makes it a little bit easier to carry. And then you can, gnaw on it while you're hiking or something. Wicked Needle Embroidery.bigcartel.com, where you can get sticks, hex, and hammer hats. Several versions and colors are available, of course. Heritage Heirloom Seed Company.com, land of the seed survival bucket, also sticks, hex, and hammer soap. It's cedar, clove, and blueberry. They've got other soap blends as well, but, I'm partial because, of course, there's a specific blend that I helped to design. That one is my favorite. And it looks cool, too. It looks sort of like shark skin or something like that. We've got websterswares.com/sticks-wares, or you can just go to their main page. We've got knives. We've got steel straws. We've got jackets. We've got pretty much fucking everything. So just visit the page if you don't believe me. Also, a bunch of Trump merch is available as well. Flags. I think they've got lawn signs, but I can't 100% remember if there are lawn signs available. I know that there are flags, though. I had one in my background for a while. And finally, jamandbean.com. That is JAMN bean.com. I got my sticks, hex, and hammer blend in, and it smells absolutely fucking delicious. The Costa Rica blend is good, but I think that the Clank blend on their website, it takes the cake. So get some Clank blend today. That is the official Sticks, Hex, and Hammer coffee. Francis Montgomery. Hey, dude, what's going on with... I'm not going to answer that question. My apologies. I know that a lot of people are very, very interested in my personal life. I keep it strictly professional, though. Cultivated Mind. Raffle time, clankers. Everyone that enters code STICKS at cultivated-mind.com will be entered in to win one of 3 prize boxes. Hats, hoodies, coffee, mushrooms, and more. Drawing is on October 15th. And Mayor Mike, my new AI album is out on all major platforms. Amazing Journey. Search for artist Mike Mortimer. Still waiting for your opinion, Tarl. I'll give that to you later, but you got to understand, I'm going to be in transit soon. And so, yeah. And oh, Dave, Styx is the evil twin. He gets the goatee. Justin Casillas. In the French Quarter, there is a bar called The Saint. Give it a try. Oh my God, am I going to have to do a bar crawl? Well, fuck it. If a couple of clankers show up, we'll do a bar crawl. I'll buy. Don't worry. Make sure to bring ID. Mr. Fish Pirate, even if President Trump somehow manages to survive until election month, I have doubts he will make it through his second term, which will get them Vance then. They will miss Trump if that happens. Yeah, no, they would have a problem with Vance too. Uh-oh. What the hell just happened? Just a sec, everyone. Okay, it's fine now. Pilgrim Media, get the crawfish etouffee while in New Orleans. I don't know exactly what that is, but I do like crawfish. I've had them before. Delicious. Way better than lobster, by the way. The bonus holes. Let's make Donald J. Trump stock out the new GameStop. Come on, Trump supporters. Don't let Wall Street bets make you look like cheapskates. If Trump is winning, there is no reason for his stock to be as low as it is now. Yeah, he could probably buy GameStop. That would be funny. The unintended Sticks. If genies were real and you found one, what would your 3 wishes be? 2 of mine would be to know every language and ability to heal people. No clue what my 3rd wish would be. I have 3 wishes. You know, the genie from Aladdin has granted me that boon. What would I wish for? I would wish for peace on Earth, an end to war, so to speak, number 1. That would be my selfless wish, of course. I would wish for everyone to be fulfilled, generally, like in their lives. And then I'd wish for $1 billion or something like that. I'm allowed to have one for myself. Yeah, you gotta rub that lamp. Yeah, you gotta rub it good, dude. Yeah. Uh, Peach Melba 1000. Sticks, be careful in NOLA, even around fans, and especially with your beautiful friend in tow. Brash Romeos and silver thieves abound. Omen transmitted. I'm not worried. I'm going to be packing heat when I'm there, so I don't think anyone's going to fuck with me. I tend to get along with everyone. Also, you may have noticed I tend towards the charismatic side. If somebody points a gun at my head, I'm sure that I can talk them down. Last beacon keeps poking me. What the fuck? I don't even know what's going on, man. I'm gonna watch some fucking Cheech and Chong, man. Matt Gaetz, DHS official, told me there are 5 known assassination teams targeting Trump. According to Matt Gaetz, and he's generally fairly reliable, there are actually groups that are organizing to try to take Trump out. Again, doesn't surprise me in the least. It would surprise me if the alternative were true, actually. I have a feeling that there will be more attempts on his life. I'm just hoping that his own private security, which he desperately needs to draft on board, is capable of protecting him. Because it appears that the Secret Service doesn't know what it's fucking doing. We get a report today, this morning. I talked about it. Watch the goddamn video. You wouldn't fucking believe it. There was a report that the Secret Service agent that was supposed to run the drone, right, around the venues to monitor and things like that, had 1 hour of informal training. Then, guess what happened? You won't believe this if you haven't seen the news report. He called tech support. He called a toll-free line for tech support because he didn't know how to use the fucking drone because he wasn't properly trained. And I've had several people who have worked in government saying, oh, yeah, this happens all the time. And this is actually perfectly normal. That makes me really, really happy. I feel really great about our chances as a nation. 1 hour of informal training. That's literally it. How wonderful. Yeah, it's only the former president of the United States. We can trim some corners here. The taxpayers don't want us paying so much money. Aidhog, good morning, Sticks. We attribute different personality traits to different animals. Dogs are trustworthy. Ravens are scheming. But what personality traits are typical of humans? Genocidal and retarded, actually. I hate to give you the honest truth here, but human beings are among the worst of the living species on the face of the earth. We're the only one that has the capability of kindness. So we're capable of, taking care of the injured sparrow or something. But we also torture things. Animals typically don't do that. And when they do play around with what they're going to eat, they're not doing it for play or anything like that. They're just toying around. We are both the best and the worst on this entire planet. Gillis Danos. Hey, Sticks, I live about 50 minutes away from New Orleans, and the best places to eat are Impastoto's Restaurant, Metairie, Italian, Oriental Triangle, Chinese Restaurant, and Lounge, which is Chinese. Yeah, I thank everyone for the tips because this is kind of a food vacation. Stephen S. RCP has Trump up by 0.2 in battleground states. Excellent. That means he's probably more up by 4 or 5. Bonus holes. Seriously, not that long ago, the average price of Donald J. Trump stock was $40 to $50. It skyrocketed when he got shot, then tanked. It's currently at like $14 a share. Unacceptable. Maybe I should buy in. Drunken Taoist. Another vid about or with Shiva Ayyadurai again. I liked Dr. Shiva. He seems like a pretty good dude. Principled. I don't agree with him on everything, of course, but he seems like a principled individual. I've spoken with him interpersonally a couple of times. Yeah, I would do another video with him. I've got a bunch of shit lined up, but right now, I'm just planning for a vacation. Okay? Just saying. If you looked at my work docket, then you would know why. Why is Kamala still losing? Oh, how sad. A diligent inquiry into the predictive value of polling tells us the media probably can't fool enough Americans to push Kamala over the top. The idea is if you look at the polls, Kamala Harris has pretty much every advantage she could probably have. She's younger than Donald Trump. She's reasonably coherent, compared to Biden at least, and she does have some political personality, but she's still like dead even with him. Um, According to liberal standards, she should be quite a bit further ahead. She should be like 5 points ahead or something. It's sort of like that Hillary Clinton moment. Why am I not 10 points ahead? Well, it's because you're basically a bunch of retards. You remember that from 2016 when Hillary Clinton had that union message, and it was fucking hilarious and ended up alienating people. I can answer the question about why Kamala Harris isn't further ahead. Every time she makes a public appearance, she fucks herself. That's why I'm surprised she even agreed to the Univision town hall. I know that it's going to be a fluff piece. It's going to be a softball for her and a hardball for Trump. But my God, I mean, it's a terrible idea. I don't even know why her staffers allow her to do this. Last Beacon, my God, dude. Take it easy, my man. Our resident spammer. Yeah, I don't know exactly why Kamala Harris's staff are even allowing her to go out in public at this point. It's like, just try to run out the clock. If I was her advisor, I'd say, look, go out as little as possible. Maybe one town hall. That's okay. Other than that, just literally stay home. Stay in the basement of the White House and then, hope for the Kasich effect to kick in. I wouldn't advise her to go out and debate. I wouldn't advise her to go on rallies. I would advise her to, basically what I would advise her if I was Kamala Harris' staffer. I'd say, look, you're the vice president of the United States. You're going to get asked questions about why you're not doing all these wonderful things while you're vice president. That's going to be a stunner. Here's a better solution. Say, I'm the vice president. I have duties, so I can't campaign. And then just shut yourself in the house and don't do goddamn anything, which she hasn't been doing for the last few years anyway. With regards to Trump, of course, he's much more gregarious. He goes all over the fucking place. If anything, his platform is a little bit too flushed out. He's got too many planks in his platform, and arguably he does too many rallies. With Kamala Harris, it's more like, shut the fuck up. That's the best thing that you can do, because the more people know about you, the more they fucking hate you. Oh, Meat Hook, she's finally going to the border. She's doing a border visit now. Why am I not surprised about that? Can I get confirmation here? Let me see what's going on Kamala Harris border. Oh, yes, of course. Now that she's campaigning, she's finally going to visit the border. You are correct, sir. Thank you very much for that news tip. Guess what's going into the news docket for, Friday, because tomorrow, trust me, after flying, I'm going to be punch drunk. So, Dust Thou Art, hypothetical question. If they actually install Kamala with such an obvious skew in support, is the U.S. lost? That would be a clear message to the people that we are powerless, just like Epstein. Well, I mean, he kind of deserved what was coming to him. They were silencing him, of course, so he wouldn't talk, but he still deserved it. No, we're not lost. As long as the militia is still in full effect, we're not lost. BW, do not attempt to ban the ping us. That is impossible. Instead, realize the truth. There is no ping us. Lol, I have to ask what that reference is because it sounds like penis. Yes, it's a reference to a Sonic the Hedgehog clip that was endlessly goddamn replicated in YouTube poops way back. I mean, I was still in college at the time. And there's one moment in which Dr. Robotnik says something about a ping us, and they clipped it out to just be ping us. And so it does sound like penis. That was the whole point. That was why it was funny. Sigil Stone. So reportedly Diddy and Sam Bankman-Fried are sharing a jail cell, not a joke. Apparently that is confirmed as actually true. I wonder who is raping who in the jail cell. Jason Lane. I came around to strongly supporting Trump when I noticed I'd never heard anything good about him, so I checked and discovered the massive lies of the media. I'm not aware of anything Harris has done that's good. Are you? No. That's the whole problem. No, I'm not aware of anything that Harris has done that's good. No. I mean, I suppose she must give a good blowjob because she got advanced in her career that way. But other than that, no, not really. So yeah, let me okay, I'm going to put that in the docket for well, not tomorrow, but Friday. We've got some science news here, and it's absolutely fascinating. There is a link in the description, archived, of course, but if you take the live link, you can actually watch the video, and it's fascinating. Apparently, octopuses are capable of hunting alongside fish. That is, that they literally train them like dogs. Like this shows an emotional intelligence on par with fucking human beings. And I'm beginning to think that H.P. Lovecraft may have been correct about Cthulhu or something like that. Because apparently they will train fish to hunt with them. And, like sort of overwhelm, whatever they're trying to eat. And then, they share the food, sort of like training dogs or something like that. But then they will literally punish them if they don't cooperate. So if they wander off in a different direction, the octopus will like fucking slap them in the tail or something like that. This shows a level of intelligence that I don't think has been documented in any other living species other than humans. And chimpanzees, maybe. I don't know of any other species that's capable of doing this sort of thing. People can tell me in the comments if you know of something like that. The bonus holes. Black Epstein didn't diddy himself, and neither did SBF. Yeah, exactly. Cthulhu Fatagan. You're allowed to spam that on the channel, last beacon. By the way, just now there were 666 people watching live on Rumble, and I find that absolutely hysterical. Yeah, so octopuses are capable of basically making pets. They have fish as pets. Isn't that fucking hysterical? Yeah, Last Beacon has been given a day pass to say Cthulhu Fatagan. Yeah, I know that ravens are capable of playing, and chimps, they can use like basic tools and shit like that. But I've never heard of another animal species other than human beings actually being able to effectively cultivate another animal for its benefit, for mutualistic gain. They're exceptionally intelligent. They can also open bottles. They can do all sorts of crazy shit. Bloodlust, yeah, you're correct. Ants will farm aphids. They do this frequently, much to the detriment of our gardens. But that's more of a collective intelligence. Like, you have to think of all of the ants as being one brain, as opposed to being individuals, because they're not. They're monozygotic. They're basically just clones. But, Hapixamder, can dolphins be that clever? They do use drugs. They literally will suck on a blowfish in order to get high. I think I talked about that last year. Lord of the Ree. Well, if it isn't Tarl, snooping us usual, I see. I love that meme. John Wayne's ghost. Ants enslave other ants. Oh, ants are great. As a kid, that was definitely, yeah, ants were definitely it. Here, let me archive this really quickly before I continue. I want to make sure that I've got this one because that's fucking hilarious. Kamala's visiting the border. She actually cares about migration. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Researchers determine female gibbons dance for attention. I think that there are some people out there who are going to spew a few memes here with regards to this story, making ape references mainly. Gibbons, I believe, are monkeys, not apes. So maybe not applicable. Yeah, they dance for attention. Ooga booga. Many types of animals, from birds to spiders and insects, have been observed engaging in what looks like dancing. And one thing most of them have in common is that the dancing is done by males, generally as a means of attracting mate. In this new study, the research team has found that adult female gibbons sometimes dance for no other reason than to get attention. I wonder what kind of attention that is, by the way. This does not surprise me in the least, my man. Maximum privilege. Dolphins will work together to, oh God, there's a bunch of comments coming. Corral schools of fish and trap the schools of fish into a trap to make them easy pickings during hunts. Check your Twitter DMs. I left you a phone number. Security. Thank you very much. Sigil Stone. So, Ari, Joros spiders being found in Pennsylvania now hunting octopus. I'm going to get some octopuses to hunt the spiders. Marvel Comics ain't going to have shit on what I'm cooking up. That would be funny. You could literally write a book about that concept. You know, Earth is under attack by giant space spiders, and somebody trains a bunch of octopi in order to cut them down. Why do I get the feeling this is going to be like a Marvel movie at some point in the future? What do fuck? It's 106 miles to Chicago. We get a full tank of gas, half pack of cigarettes, it's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. I get the reference. Lord of the Ree, if you like YouTube poops, you should watch John Ward's video about Dan Bongino ending Bill O'Reilly's career. Frame rocking galore, clank. Sounds fun. Dust Thou Art. Sticks, did you ever see the study where they taught monkeys how to use money? No, actually. The bonus holes. Sucking a blowfish? Sounds like a title for Kamala's book when she goes on her post-presidential book signing tour. Yeah, apparently they will suck on a pufferfish and the poison gets them high, I guess, or something like that. And they will literally pass it around like, you know, you or I would pass around a joint. King of Biltong, good morning from Antons. Biltong is one of the most protein-dense foods in the world and packed with B12, zinc, iron, creatine, and more. Need a healthy snack? Get yours at biltongusa.com. Sticks 10 for 10% off. Highly recommended, by the way, everyone. Anton's meat is nice and sweet. What can I say, man? This is not the sort of channel where you have to take it seriously. We're allowed to troll. We're allowed to, you know, do whatever we want to do. Yeah. This morning I got sick, actually. Apparently, I'm only supposed to drink chilled V8. It was rather sad. Anytime you waste V8, you know, it's a sad time. Yeah, just a sec. I need some water here. Always keep hydrated. Sigil Stone, you ever see a video of female African gorillas in zoos twerking? Fascinating behavior. No. Actually. All right, so that's been archived. I'm going to copy this out for tomorrow really quickly. I mean, not tomorrow, but the day after. Also, we can talk about Javier Milei. He came out completely against the UN. He destroyed them, actually. Why don't I just cover a couple of these? Oh, yeah, you have a stink piece about Melania. I don't have the link in the description or anything like that, but they were talking about Melania, you know, sort of running her under the bus. And it's like, goddamn, you've got a first lady. She's well-spoken in 4 fucking languages, by the way. She stands by her man. She does, well, sometimes good decor. I didn't really like that red sort of, you know, Christmas decoration. But she can't catch a goddamn break. It's like the first Christmas at the White House with Melania. She does really, really lavish, like, you know, there's snow and gold and stuff like that. Really, really lavish decoration. And people say, well, that's too gaudy. So what does she do the next year? She keeps it very, very sparse. Well, that's too sparse. That's not very Christmas-like. She couldn't goddamn catch a break if she goddamn tried. I feel more sorry for Melania Trump than virtually any other goddamn human being. Is she in a rich family? Yeah, so she's got everything taken care of. But can she goddamn even find a friend? Dude, one of her old friends was leaking a phone call from her in which she's complaining about exactly that shit, saying like, fuck Christmas, I can't catch a break. It doesn't matter what kind of decorations I put up. They just keep railing on me. I feel goddamn sorry for her. I also feel sorry for Barron, because somebody said that he should be put in a cage with a pedophile. And I'm sure that probably pissed her off as well. There's a reason. Donald Trump is capable of holding his own. She's just his wife. She's standing by her man, but by God, it must be goddamn torture at this point. I can only imagine how his kids feel. Don Jr. on a regular basis, he's like, what the fuck is happening here? You're saying that my dad should die and stuff like that. And, he didn't do anything to you. All he did was lower your taxes and not start a war. Mr. Baker, what do you think about the rise in moralistic behavior amongst the online right? I oppose it. I'm not a moralist. I do not believe in objective morality in the sense that they tend to hold it. There is an objective morality, but I believe it's basically do no harm. Don't harm other people. Otherwise, do what you want. Sigil Stone. Yes, there are videos of female gorillas in zoos twerking to attract males. Since this stream is on YouTube, that's all we can say about that. Oh, I think you're referring to, yeah, God, it took me a while to get the reference. I don't think that you're referring to actual gorillas. And maybe you are. Yeah, Melania is extremely well-spoken, exceptionally intelligent. She's also highly attractive. And I found it funny. When Donald Trump first ran, of course, there are those pictures from back in the day where Melania Trump did softcore porn, basically. And she was posing with another nude model. I don't know if they did anything sexual. I'm assuming not. And then there's that other picture where she's got like an entire handbag full of jewelry and shit like that. And she's, lewd posing on, I think, Trump Force One, if I remember. I think that was shortly after they were married. And the same leftoids that told me, well, you're beautiful at any size, don't slut shame and stuff like that. All of a sudden, they had a problem with it. And I'm like, hey, it's Melania's tits. Donald Trump doesn't care. Melania doesn't care. She's attractive. Just saying, what the fuck is the problem? You're telling me not to shame any other human being in the world, female human beings, based on what they wear, based on their nudity. They go on naked bike rides and stuff like that. But Melania, oh, yeah, now it's a problem. With Melania, it's totally acceptable to slut shame. I found this so hypocritical. I just found her beautiful. She's an attractive woman, flaunt it if you got it. There's nothing wrong with that. She did it, voluntarily. She wasn't being trafficked or anything like that. I guess the Democrats wouldn't have a problem with it if she was being trafficked now, would they? If she was forced to do that, drugged up with the Zanny eyes like Billie Eilish or something like that, all of a sudden it would be okay. Or if she didn't, if her husband didn't have an R after his name. Bystander syndrome sticks, but the Joro spider is eating the bees and eating the wasps, though. I don't think so. Apparently, those Joro spiders that I reported on this morning in my New Tech exclusive, apparently they're extremely non-aggressive. Like you can literally just fucking pick them up. It's a form of orb weaver spider, but they've got like little tiny fangs, so they can't really bite you. Apparently, they've been spotted in Pennsylvania. There may be a breeding population. Do not worry, though, because they are completely innocuous. Actually, they look pretty pretty. Sigil Stone. No, I mean actual gorillas. I've seen it. There's just other implications of such behaviors being displayed by animals. I got the reference. Lord of the Ree. I have a lewd poster of Melania on my wall. Clank. Well, again, whatever gets you off. As long as it's all voluntary, she took the pictures voluntarily. And I don't see any problem with them. It's just softcore stuff. It's just fluff. It's not like she's, getting hardcore fucked in BBC version 3 or something like that. That would be a little bit different. Lucas Zapan, unfortunately, subjective morality is a worldview that defeats itself. I disagree. The bonus holes. Trump doesn't have to worry about re-election. Melania and Barron should totally be like, fuck you, after the election and become total train wrecks in public and give zero fucks. It would be funny. They've got so much money, they could fuck in style. Alex, why would Ukraine and Kazakhstan give up nukes? As part of an agreement, actually, back when the Soviet Union collapsed, they decided they were going to give those up. In effect, they exchanged the nuclear weapons for a guarantee of support. For Kazakhstan, it worked. Sigil Stone, did you see the Lotus Eaters video about Matt Gaetz saying in a radio interview that top DHS officials say there's 5 assassin teams after Trump, 3 foreign and 2 domestic, CIA ties abound? Yes, we already talked about that. Apparently, there are 5 different assassination teams that are gunning for Trump as we speak. Lord help us if they're successful. And I don't know, the nation might not survive Kamala Harris for 4 years. So, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Did I make that clear? There's a reason for that. Bystander syndrome. Also prepare to be triggered. Now that parts of the Satanists touch the children too, I think it's logical to draw an exact equivalence with parts of the Catholic Church. Am I wrong? No, you're not wrong. With the MAP convention in Vermont, I'm assuming you're alluding to that. Satanism in the LaVeyan sense is a mock-up of the Catholic Church. It's nothing more than a ritualistic inversion of the same church. Ergo, you're going to have the same problems. I have a little bit of inside info with regards to the Church of Satan that I'm not currently able to disclose to the public. Don't worry, it's nothing psyopy or anything like that. It's just an interior scandal of sorts. That being said, I believe that morality is subjective, generally speaking. My morality is do no harm. Try to help other people. I don't see anything wrong with this. It's basically the Christian message that I'm following minus Christ, actually. Don't fuck around with other people. Don't hurt kids. Don't hurt women, You're in war, stick to the other combatants that are trying to shoot you and shit like that. That's why I'm so upset about the current invasion of Lebanon. The U.S. is sending more troops there. The reason why I got upset the other day is because I've actually seen the results of that war. I've never been in war myself. I don't claim that. But there are people who have disappeared who were my friends that were there in Iraq, actually, at the time. This was, a couple decades ago or whatever. And I don't want to see it happen again. I don't want to see people being abused. What the fuck is wrong with that? People should just fuck and grow flowers and all sorts of shit and, be themselves. Play around, have fun. No more wars and bullshit like that. Who do you think war actually profits? The people who are profiteering. That's the whole problem. OMG puppies, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Do you have an opinion about Aleister Crowley? Yes. He is a retard. I agree with the basic premise. But Aleister Crowley died alone with a couple of cans of soup. This was explained to me by a friend of mine, and I thought that was hilarious. No, I'm not a fan of Crowley. Brittleby, given that your Stolas encounter was unsolicited, do you think that ritual is necessary or even effective in reaching out to such entities? Never had to conduct such rituals, so I wouldn't know. No, that was completely unsolicited. But I know that I know what I saw. Yes, I have seen the demon Stolas right before me, as clear as I see the screen in front of me now. Most people don't believe me when I tell them this tale. Oh well, that's their loss. Mr. Baker, do you think the Christian nationalism thing will burn itself out like the alt-right or blood sports did a few years back? I wish blood sports were back, by the way. I thought that was great. Was taking part in it, actually. If people remember. You remember that one time the Data Society made that write-up about, and it was in part about the debate between Sargon and Richard Spencer. I felt so ashamed that even though I was on that debate, and I think I fucking kicked ass, and I did, they didn't name me in the actual first part of the report. They only named me in the list of people that were alt-light at the end of it. Damn, I fucking hated that. One of the greatest regrets of my life, actually. I'm just joking. Lucas Sapan, if morality is subjective, what decides whose morality is correct when yours clashes with someone else's? That's why you don't clash at all. You simply don't harm others. Let them be their own person. There are going to have to be negotiations. Those can be handled by individuals. This is the whole point. We don't need governments and states and churches and shit like that to handle those negotiations. We can do it ourselves. We're probably going to cause less casualties, have less problems, and generally get along better. The Desert Lad. By the way, please send no more super chats. We're running up on an hour here, and I've got to get to packing and stuff like that. And I've got the quartering stream, oh yes, at 1:30 p.m. actually as well. The Desert Lad, I've recently got on Medicaid, and now my opinion on the system is softened. How do you think we should fix the overspending and coverage? I made $30,000. I have no solution to the medical system in the United States. I'm sorry, but that's one thing that is so convoluted, so fucked up. God, you need fucking King Solomon to come in and solve that problem. He'd probably be grabbing his hair too. He'd be like, what the fuck? The American medical system. Yeah, one of the wonders of the modern world. Yeah, I can't prescribe any solutions for Medicaid, Medicare, anything like that. Dust Thou Art. Crowley was a fake Freemason too. If you have to pretend to be part of secret stuff, then you're just a loser. Exactly. Lord of the Ree, by the very nature of morality, it cannot be subjective. People's opinions on what is or isn't moral are subjective, however. Yes, but the thing is, the systems that they create with regards to morality are based on their opinions. They're not based on any objective standard. This is why people slaughter one another over and over religion and stuff like that. My God is the right one. Here's his teachings. No, my goddess is the right one. Here are her teachings. Oh, fuck you. I'm going to cut your head off. Well, I mean, who is helped by this? I'm drawing a blank. God, I can't wait to eat turtle soup. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm slightly distracted because I keep thinking of all the soup that's down there in New Orleans that I can't get here. Turtle soup, fried catfish, po' boys, various kinds, and there will be crawfish or crawdads, crayfish, whatever the fuck you call it, and everything else under the sun. Going on a little bit of a steamboat tour, actually, with live jazz, actually. I can't wait. This is going to be one of the greatest times of my life, I think. Dead hookers in the canal is technically soup. That reminds me of that one picture. Was it on Rotten.com? There was that one picture of a dude. He was an elderly gentleman, and he went to take a bath, and he had some sort of heating element there. And he died in the bath, like heart attack, stroke, whatever the hell it happened to be. And he turned to soup, quite literally. And when they finally came in, basically they said something like, when they pulled on his leg, the bone just basically slid out of the meat. And he had been literally boiled by his heating element. I think that was Rotten.com, but it might have been Ogrish. I can't remember. I remember it like it was yesterday. I used to look up, weird shit like that all the time. Webster's Wares. Good morning, Clankers. Free shipping using code STICKS at websterswares.com. Free shipping on orders over $40. Then use code CLANKER2024 for 15% off site-wide. Clank, baby. Make it Nashi. Be sure to visit the inn at St. Peter in NOLA. Johnny Thunders died there. Interesting. Bystander syndrome. Stick, show us your black eye or Xanax eyes. No, actually, I'm perfectly normal. I just like wearing sunglasses. I think it completes the look, you know? I'm cool. I wear my sunglasses at night, too. You know, and then I stumble down the stairs because I can't see what the fuck I'm doing. The bonus holes. Prediction. Styx is going to get diarrhea on his trip. Sorry, last one. Lol. Doubtful. I think the food standards are all right. Oh, man, I can't wait to try authentic jambalaya, too. Sigilstone. Consume the senior bathtub stew. Yeah, you'd get food poisoning from that. First thing I want to eat, though, is turtle soup. I've never tried turtle before. Apparently, it's fairly colloquial down there. You can't really get that up here in New England. Sort of like finding maple syrup in New Orleans, probably a little bit difficult. Dust thou art, is pedophilia subjectively wrong or objectively wrong? I answer objectively wrong because it violates the NAP, which is the standard of my particular morality. Webster's Wares. Hey, Razor Fist, get off Styx channel, bro. Lev Polyakov. To be fair, there was less of my God is better before the Abrahamic faiths. By the way, on BreakTheRules.tv for yesterday's migration debate with former Border Patrol J.J. Carroll and our friend Armand. I think I debated Armand, if I remember correctly. Seems like an interesting dude. Thrift Shop Investor. When are you coming back to the armpit of America, Central Florida? Have a safe trip and be real careful. Don't worry, I've got some muscle with me. It won't be a problem. No, I'm not. I don't. What the? Oh, I had a screen glitch. No, I'm not worried about going to New Orleans. I'll be packing heat and a buck knife. You can actually bring these on a plane as long as you check them in the luggage. And I've got some frangibles in here. No problems. So unless more than 15 people accost me at once, I have no problem. I don't think that there will be one, though. Basically, it's partially a food holiday and partially like an artistic holiday and stuff like that. Go to museums, the aquarium, stuff like that. Sigilstone, lest my God is right before the Abrahamics. Has someone ever heard of pagans? Yeah, we pagans do it best. Yermo, John Besch's jambalaya recipe on Nat Geo is A++. Sounds good. By the way, again, please send no more super chats. I'll read this last one, and then I'll have to go offline. Again, I've got to pack and stuff like that, and go on the quartering live stream before that. Dust thou art. Pagans were killing each other for thousands of years before Abraham. That was a retarded false claim from the other guy. Yes, pagans killed each other. So did Christians. So did Jews. So did Islamists. It keeps going. It doesn't matter what religion somebody follows. It matters what their individual expression of that religion is. Bring him Banjo so he can duel Joe Biden out there. Yeah, I'm not going to the Deliverance neighborhood with Joe. He claims to be from Scranton, but he looks literally exactly like the Deliverance kid, only elderly. And I find that a little bit weird. Abraham fucked his sister, then pimped her out to the Egyptians. His nephew Lot fucked his own daughters. John Wayne's ghost is fundamentally correct. Might not want to judge too much. It is true that pagans did terrible things, but my God, they didn't canonize most of them. And there's some crazy shit in the Bible. I've noticed that a lot of Christians don't know anything about the Bible. Yeah, Lot, he had lots of sex. His dick was wet constantly. Yes, I know. The daughters got him drunk and then they screwed their own father. Okay, well, I mean, if you're that drunk, here's the problem. if a man gets truly inebriated to the point where he can't even see straight, so he's like, oh, I don't even know who you are, he ain't getting it up. It's called whiskey dick. So he got a little bit tipsy, and then he voluntarily screwed them. That's basically the story. Yeah, hashtag he too. Yeah, no, but Lot was supposedly like in his 60s or something like that at that point. A 60-year-old man, if he's, really guzzling it, if he's that drunk that he doesn't even know it's his own daughters, he's not going to be able to keep a stiffy very long. And they must have been really good at servicing or something like that. And I don't mean to insult Christianity. Look, I've gotten long past that era, way back in the day. I don't have any problem with Christianity, although I'm a low churcher. I prefer the Book of Common Prayer. That's perfectly fun, and there's nothing wrong with it. And if you want to worship Christ, that's your choice. But yeah, there are some things in the Bible that are a little bit questionable sometimes. The booze they had back then also was full of higher alcohols that made you drunk and crazy. Fun fact, until fairly recently, beer tended to be a stimulant. Please, no more super chats, but I'll just explain one last thing because it's hilarious to me. Yeah, beer tended to be actually flavored with spruce, not with hops. Hops are a depressant. They tend to be a little bit on the sedative side. Spruce, on the other hand, is a stimulant. So people would get really goddamn going back in the day when they drank beer. Little bit of history for y'all. Dust thou art, Sticks. The Bible canonizes fucked up stuff because it tells the truth, good or bad, embarrassing or not. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. But I mean, when a dude claims to have been absolutely plastered to the point where he couldn't recognize his own daughters, no, that probably didn't happen. I don't think that happened. I think either he fucked his daughters voluntarily, or and was less shit-faced, or he was so goddamn wasted the story never happened in the beginning. Bretling, hops replaced Groot, a blend of things. Yes, but I think a lot of them used spruce, actually. I think a lot of the original blends, like when the monks were brewing beer, they would use spruce. I think there was one other thing, not Groot, not spruce. There was one other thing that they used, but I can't remember exactly what it was. Yeah, Lot killed his wife and fucked his daughters. Wonderful man. Bystander syndrome. Snort. Do you get the reference? Based Acid Fox. Lot had some editorial pull with the writers. Yeah, you got to understand the Bible is not a book. It's a collection of books, and most people don't seem to understand this. They're from over 1,000 years of different timelines and contain vastly different canons in them. It was basically at the Council of Nicaea, it was, they decided to canonize a certain number of books, but they got it wrong, unfortunately. I hate to tell you that. Bystander syndrome gives me debts. Why do people think that I'm on drugs? Yeah, the lupulin, that's what's in the hops. But back then they used to use spruce mainly. Spruce, they would, I think it was specifically the needles. I don't think they use like the pine cones or anything like that. Yes, the Bible is a chronological, semi-chronological compilation. Sunglasses equals drugs, I guess. I just think that it looks cool. I'm not on meth. I've never used any hard drugs in my life and never will. 0% chance. Yeah, fir tea. Yeah, you can boil the needles of a fir tree, actually, and make a tea out of that as well. Sigil Stone, I thought the Council of Nicaea was where the Emperor told Magnus to stop using magic, the fucking nerd. I thought Nicaea was the one where they canonized the Bible. They had multiple councils around that same time. We are hitting the Jewish New Year, lining up with the second moon and solar activity, says Mad Hats. Hey, no problem with Jewish food. I want to try gefilte fish. Can anyone explain how it tastes? Because I've never tried it. Just thou art. With respect, I find it a little funny how you will talk smack about any and all Bible characters, but slip chats and refuse to ever talk about Muhammad raping a 9-year-old. Are you scared of Muslims? No, I've called out Islam many times before. Fuck, read the Sahih al-Bukhari. Then you'll see some weird shit. Yes, Muhammad did have sex with a 9-year-old according to the actual scriptures. This is literally canonical within Islam. And mostly the response is, well, back then it was normal. And I'm like, nah, I don't think so. Paste Acid Fox. I'm not going to read out your comment, but it's fucking hilarious. The Sahih al-Bukhari. I'll put it in chat. Sahih al-Bukhari. I believe that's how it's spelled. I think there might be an H on the Sahih. Virgil Shadow. Council of Carthage, I think it was. Oh, okay. I stand corrected. Yeah, no, I'm perfectly willing to go up against Islam. I don't have a problem with the baseline of the religion. Like, the way it tends to be practiced by most Westerners is like, basically, hey, I believe in Muhammad. I believe in Allah. And, I just had a fast or something like that. Like, I have a family member who actually practices Islam. And she would never do, like, terroristic stuff or anything like that. But if you dig deeper into the religion, there are aspects of it that are troubling, admittedly. They're just debated by, different scholars. It's just like within Christianity, the way that Catholics and Protestants interpret the religion isn't necessarily the same. High and low church, etc. In some versions, in some transliterations, they say that Aisha was 18. So I think this is retrospective, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, Mad Hats is correct. The concept of love as people have it now basically is born out of the chivalry era. It's like, oh, this is my knight in shining armor, and this is my damsel in distress. This leads to a bunch of folk tales and stuff like that. And then it gets promulgated, after the Black Plague, basically. By the way, Based Acid Fox, please do not talk smack about Melanie Mack. She happens to be the other co-host for the Quartering. And to MMJ, no, I have not, and I don't give a shit what people post about me online. It literally means nothing to me. I'm about to go on vacation, dude. I don't give a shit. Everybody talks. When you're high up, everyone who is, down below, they want to nibble on your heels. How sad. We smack the Mac, says Sigilstone. I'm hoping you're referring to macaroni and cheese or something like that. Genghis Khan fucked up by not making his own religion. That's fine, Based. But I'm also his co-host. I'll literally be co-hosting with him in less than an hour. Take it easy, my man. All right, one more comment and then I'm going offline. Bystander syndrome. Keep the shades up to irk people, lol. You do you, Sticks. Can I breed a Mega Diano Joro spider if I prick one up? I want a Chihuahua-sized arachnid. I'm not sure that breeding spiders to become larger is the greatest idea. I'm pretty sure that because they ventilate through their exoskeleton, they can't get much larger than a bird-eating tarantula. So you might create an extinct lineage. I just don't give a fuck. Melanie's fine. I don't understand why people have a problem with her. Or with the quartering, for that matter. I don't understand why people have I don't understand why people have a problem with me. Am I messy? Hell yeah. Do you expect me to be fucking normal? Look at my fucking username. That's going to happen real quick. No, to It's Me Again. I will be doing live streams while I'm in NOLA. Don't worry, and I'll be going on the quartering streams as well, presumptively. I'll still be doing my work. Actually, the internet there's probably better than it is at this rental property. I'm a messy bitch? Yeah, but you like it. Hot mess, to be honest. I've been one since 2007 on the internet. I find it fun because there are people that like just want me to deliver dry political commentary, and they don't even know anything about like the kind of content that I made back in the day. Dude, I was fucking doing drugs on video back in the day. I'm not doing drugs now, but you know, I did. I've got my core audience. They know who I really am. I'll say no more. Anyways, I am going to go offline because I have to, at some point, I should probably eat a snack. I've got 50 minutes before I go live with the quartering, I believe. What time exactly is it? Yeah, I've got 50 minutes before I go live. I mean, no. No, like 70 minutes. Before I go live with the quartering, I want to get a snack and stuff like that. I've got to prepare for travel. Again, I'm going to New Orleans. Yeah, baby. I'm going to take a cruise. I'm going to listen to jazz. I'm going to go to voodoo shops and shit like that. By the way, again, any New Orleans clankers or in the general vicinity, if you know any like hole-in-the-wall, real authentic voodoo places, like where they actually do, like they chop the chicken's head off and shit like that, I would love to see one of those rituals. That would be so great. So yeah, I will not be live tomorrow. I will not do my morning videos tomorrow. In fact, I have to wake up very, very early in the morning. That's rather regrettable. I'll do the quartering stream at 1:30 p.m. today, and then I'm going on vacation. Just got to go and get some cargo shorts and a couple of other things, and I'm all set. That's about all. Peace out.